Heroin addiction comes with its own stigma, and loved ones may not realize someone is a user because they don't fit the profile.
That's the case for 22-year-old Taylor Rotter. She's closely linked with several people who have died of overdoses and those facing charges for distributing the drug. For years, her well-educated mom had no idea her daughter was using heroin. Angela Kennecke shares their struggles on tonight's Eye on KELOLAND.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take my glasses off so I can see them.
Angie Rotter has a master's degree and counsels troubled kids. But when it came to her own daughter, she didn't see the signs of heroin addiction.
She's charismatic, she's smart, she's articulate. There's no way my daughter's doing something like that.
Angie did, however, suspect something wasn't right.
I just thought maybe it's just, it's just weed, but I knew something was going on.
When she confronted Taylor, she didn't get any answers.
I talk to kids her age for a living, and my child wouldn't open up to me.
Taylor's drug use started at age 14.
Everyone I was around, it was like a high school thing. People would go to parties, they'd get drunk, they'd smoke weed.
She says prescriptions for painkillers turned her on to opioids.
It just escalated from there because I had the prescriptions for the painkillers, so I was taking them as often as I wanted and all that kind of stuff. And after I had moved out, my boyfriend at the time, he broke his foot at work and was given prescriptions for hydrocodone as well. So once those ran out, we started getting pills from the street, got Oxycontin, all that kind of stuff.
When they ran out of money, Taylor says they turned to illegally buying fentanyl patches stolen from hospitals. Heroin was even cheaper. She says she started smoking it and eventually shooting it.
My love for the drug was stronger than my fear of the needle. I would have done anything to get it, to keep that feeling, to keep everything just okay.
From all outward appearances, Taylor's life looked okay. She had a place to live and a job. Her mom didn't know her electricity had been shut off, and there was seldom food in the fridge. But when Taylor's boyfriend's family informed Angie the two were using heroin, she convinced her daughter to go in for treatment.
I remember going over there to help clean up her house, and it was so disgusting. It was condemnable. There were needles everywhere. And I just thought, I had to take a break and go outside and cry. I was like, I didn't raise her to live like this. But I think as parents, it's so easy to assume we've done something wrong. But this little girl is the face of addiction, and it can happen anywhere.
Taylor says a stint at Keystone Treatment Center did little to stop her use. Eventually, she was in trouble with the law.
She got arrested. They had guns pulled on them at the Knights Inn in Sioux Falls. She had rented for some drug dealer, rented a room, and they were all getting high in that room, and law enforcement came in, broke the door down, put guns in their faces, threw them to the ground and arrested them.
She wound up with felony charges and living back at home.
I caught her shooting up in the bathroom one night. My 12-year-old was home, and I was livid.
Then Taylor failed her court-ordered drug test.
And I've told Taylor before, I said, there's nothing I won't do to keep you clean, and if that means I send you back to jail, I will.
Angie refused to bail her daughter out.
And it was really heartbreaking for me to think about my child sitting in jail, but I knew that it was that or death. Because in the meantime, her boyfriend at the time had OD'd several times.
Taylor also knew 10 people who had overdosed and died.
And while I was in jail and I was sober, I thought about all of that. I thought about my friends' kids that are going to have to grow up without their parents. I thought about their parents that are going to have to move on with life without their kids and their siblings and all this stuff and all the potential that I saw in those people that I know their families saw, but they didn't see themselves. And I was able to finally see that in me too. Like, I have this potential to move forward.
After serving time, Taylor went through treatment at the South Dakota Human Services Center in Yankton. She is currently going through drug court.
But after going through this stuff for several months now, I see the benefit of it. Like, I'm getting to know me. I'm getting to know what I want, and I'm getting to know who I am. And I don't think I would have done that if it weren't for drug court. I would have just blown it all off again.
Both she and her mom worry about the possibility of relapse.
Because I knew that this was a struggle that she would have to bear the rest of her life. And as a mom, knowing that kind of anguish is on your child and you're helpless. I'm helpless. I can't fix that for her. And there's no cure for it. It truly is just a day-to-day and sometimes a minute-by-minute process.
I knew death was always something that could happen, but that wasn't something I feared then. But now it is. Like, I don't want to go out and use. I don't want that one more time to be my last time. And that's That's the reality of this drug, is one more time could be your last time.
Taylor has struggled with relapse since we taped this interview, but she is working with the drug court team to try to maintain her sobriety. You can hear more stories like this one on Monday during an hour-long special on the opioid crisis. We will also provide you with information, resources, and ways you can make a difference. That's Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, right here on KELOLAND News.